Hello everyone, my name is Olivia and welcome to A Week in My Life. I thought it would be really fun to film this week because I have a couple of plans each and every day and it would be fun to vlog it. And last week I was actually let go from my job, which I mentioned previously in my normal people vlog. And as I'm slowly but surely looking for a new job, I am going to be leaning more into my social media before I find a new job and transition to that company. So we're starting off strong on Monday. I already spoke to a friend who is able to revamp both my resume and my cover letter to make it as strong as possible before I begin applying to jobs. And then my family and I went on a bunch of errands together, and now I'm going to go back downstairs and I'm going to start reading my current read, which I don't have the copy up here with me right now, but it is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This is her new trilogy that is somewhat connected to the Caraval trilogy, which I actually didn't finish. I only read Caraval, and I don't know if I'm going to be motivated to go backwards to eventually finish that trilogy. But the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy follows a girl who makes a deal with the Prince of Hearts. It says in the synopsis, in exchange for his help, he asks for 3 kisses to be given at the time and place of his choosing. But because she makes this deal with him, she finds out that making a deal with an immortal is not the best idea for her. And I'm only 25 pages into it, but I love Stephanie Garber's writing. It's lyrical and atmospheric, and I was immediately immersed into this world that doesn't feel too complex because I'm not the biggest fantasy reader, but it makes me really excited to get deeper into it, and I'm really excited to see where it's going to go. And my friend Ali from Ali with Books on YouTube and Instagram said it's really funny that I previously read Normal People and then I'm starting Once Upon a Broken Heart because those are 2 of their favorite books, and it feels very Ali Core-esque, and I think that's really funny that I'm reading 2 of my friends' favorite books. And I feel like I'm going to love Once Upon a Broken Heart. I think everyone that I trust really enjoys this series, and I'm also really excited because the trilogy is complete. I don't have to wait for a new book because that's usually what turns me off from starting a series. I can feel secure going into the series knowing I don't have to wait for a sequel or a third or final book. Yesterday, I went to New York City and I was originally only going to go for 2 hours, but I ended up staying until 10 p.m. because my friends and I got coffee together and then dinner, and then we went into dessert and had tea together towards the end of the night. And it was just such a wonderful day to spend together, to catch up, to talk a lot. And I didn't film too much because we were deep in our conversations, and also it was rainy and snowy outside, so it was really difficult to try and film anything because I was just trying to block my face away from the snow. But it is now Wednesday and I have done a lot of errands and things on my to-do list that I needed to complete, and I was able to talk to a friend who I'm going to help run their socials for, which is really nice to do in the meantime while I'm looking for a new job. But yesterday I got 2 packages in the mail. One I already opened and one I want to show you the package of. The first thing that I got in the mail is Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. This was on my book wish list, and Matt, who is a part of the Cinnabon Club, kindly gifted this to me, and I am so excited to dive into another Sally Rooney book since I fell in love with Normal People and it became one of my favorite reads of the year so far. So this one I actually don't know too much about. I feel like every time I'm going to dive into a Sally Rooney book, I don't want to know too much because primarily it does just deal with people dealing with life. One blurb on the back says, it's an extraordinarily lucid, gorgeous, and nuanced work about coming of age in what is indeed a broken world. I feel like this is the book that I need in my life right now. It's the book that's going to speak to my soul because Normal People really connected with me and I really enjoyed it, and I am so excited to have another Sally Rooney book in my hands. And I also really do love the cover. I think it's a really interesting type of style, and I'm just excited to explore even more characters in this book because it doesn't just follow 2, I think it follows 4. So that's going to be amazing to get all their different perspectives and their life journeys. So thank you so much to Matt for gifting this to me because it really brightened my day after coming back from the city. And then I got another package when I came back from the city, and it's from my friend Kaden, who is self-publishing her first romance novel. So I wanted to unbox everything that she put into this package. So first we have some shortbread cookies of a cute cute little postcard from the character in her book. It is also set in Scotland, by the way. Then we have a bookmark of the love interest. Then on the back it looks like a movie ticket, which is really cute because the main character is an actor. Then we have the bookmark of the protagonist, and then let's open the book. Here we have Truthfully Yours by Kaden Armstrong. So it says that Charlie calls out her favorite show for being ableist at a convention, and of course it went viral. After she calls out her favorite show for ableism, her best friend signs her up for a work-stay program at an independent bookstore in Scotland where she's able to live in the owner's apartment for the next 3 months. Her world is turned upside down when Jamie Mahone, who is one of the stars in the show that she called out, stays at the same apartment as her. So this is a forced proximity small town romance, and it follows these two characters who get off on the wrong foot. And I'm just really excited to read Kaden's first ever romance. I love the cover and it just sounds right up my alley, and I think it's going to be really cute, and I'm so happy that I have this copy in my hands because I just love the marketing that she's done for her book over on her social media. So I'll be sure to link the book as well as her Instagram down below if you want to follow her, because she's going to come out with new books eventually and I want to read them all, and I'm so happy I have this in my hands. I most definitely want to read it as soon as possible. And you're probably wondering, have I read any deeper into Once Upon a Broken Heart? I think I'm about 60 pages into the book already. For me, it's a little bit slow going because we're setting up the world, and also I'm not the biggest fantasy fan, so it takes me a while to get into these books, a lot slower than I would get into a romance. So I'm taking my time with Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I don't have too much to do today afterwards after I finish editing a couple of videos, but I do want to get a little bit deeper into that book so I can give you an update, because I do want to eventually get to these next books because these make me really excited to read them. Hello, it's been a couple of days and I'll be honest, I am not doing well mentally. I'm going through a lot of emotions and none of them are positive. And a friend, Margaret, said that there are no positive or negative emotions, just emotions. And I think I really do have to keep that in mind because I keep on feeling this guilt that I am so angry and frustrated with my current situation that I'm in. And I keep on kind of guilting myself for the quote unquote negative emotions that I'm feeling. And I think I just have to let myself feel them and not put a label onto them and not guilt myself for feeling this way. So I haven't been vlogging a lot because I've really just been not the most pleasant to be around, I'll be honest. And yeah, I'm just really not doing my best, and I wanted to be honest about that. But I do want to give you a couple of updates because I do have a couple of things to show you. One, I am 100 pages into Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I think I have to give this a break because I cannot get into the world or the plot. I think the plot is really slow compared to Caraval, which had this set story that you could dive into and become invested in within the first couple of pages, but this plot seems kind of aimless. Even from the synopsis, it feels like there's not a lot that it's leading towards, and I know it's obviously leading towards something because it's a trilogy, but I just cannot find myself to be invested. So I decided to put the audiobook on hold on Libby, and I'm going to wait for that to come in to continue on with this story because I don't want to give up on it, but I don't think I can read this physically because I'm not a fantasy girly, so it's more difficult for me to get into these types of worlds. And also I just cannot continue reading this physically because it's really slowing me down and basically putting me into a book slump. So this is going to be put on hold for now until the audiobook comes in. Obviously, it's not going to come in during this vlog, but I did want to give you that update because I'm 100 pages in and I just cannot find anything to really cling on to, but I do want to give it enough of a shot via audiobook to see if it's for me. If I don't enjoy the audiobook, then I can officially give up on this story, but yeah, I just cannot read this physically. I really think I have to give up on trying to read fantasy because it's just not for me. Some of the concepts and the books that people talk about sound really interesting, but I just really don't think it's for me, and that's completely fine. So I decided to start my friend Caden's book, Truthfully Yours, and I'm only 21 pages into it, and I really enjoy Caden's discussion already about being autistic and what that is like being a fangirl in these very busy and loud conventions because it can lead to sensory overload. And there's also discussions of ableism in the show that she loves, that the actor is a part of, and I'm just loving it so far. I'm really proud of my friend Caden, and I'm also just really honored that she sent me an ARC to read, and I think this is the perfect thing that I need to read to get myself out of the book slump that Once Upon a Broken Heart put me into. And it's also like the type of book that I need to lift my spirits because romance books always make me a lot happier, and I really do need that because, again, I'm not feeling my best. And then I got a book in the mail that I got off of Pango Books, which is again an app where you can buy used books, and I bought myself a copy of Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. Yes, I officially own all the Sally Rooney books now, and I am so excited. I think I want to read it in publication order. So I started with Normal People and loved it. I have an entire reading blog about it, which you can watch on my channel. Then I want to go into Conversations with Friends, and then I want to read Beautiful World, Where Are You?, which is Sally Rooney's most recent novel that she published. But I'm really excited for Conversations with Friends because it sounds so messy. Actually, did this come out before Normal People? Am I confused? I feel like Normal People came out before Conversations with Friends, but I might be wrong. I'm not here to like fact check myself. I don't have the energy to. But it says it follows a girl named Frances. She befriends a woman named Melissa who is married to Nick, an actor, and she enters their world of glitz and glamour. But when Frances and Nick get closer, the sharp and witty and emotion-averse Frances is forced to honestly confront her own vulnerabilities for the first time. This just seems like a messy girl book. It just seems like she's out here to self-sabotage her own life. And you know what? I feel like Sally Rooney really captures the essence of being a messy 20-year-old, and I think it will really resonate with me, who currently feels like her life is a mess, even though mine is much more from outside forces rather than me messing up my own life. But I'm very excited for this. Let me know if you want me to do a reading vlog for this as well, because I really enjoyed filming my reading vlog for Normal People, and who knows, maybe I'll love this more than Normal People. I don't know. I feel like people, when they read Sally Rooney and when they read Emily Henry, they have very distinctive favorites. People either love Normal People or they don't like this book, and vice versa. And that's kind of the same deal for Emily Henry. People either love Beach Read or they love People We Meet on Vacation, and they're very divisive with the different books that these authors have. So I hope I enjoy this as much as Normal People, but only time will tell, guys. Only time will tell. That has been an update. Not feeling my best mentally, not feeling my best physically because my chronic illnesses flare up when I'm feeling really stressed out, but it's okay. As I told my friends today, the world keeps turning, time keeps moving, and we must just persevere against all odds. I wish I had vlogged the earlier state of my room because it was in complete disarray, and I am in the midst of cleaning it, but so far I've cleaned my desk and it looks a lot just more minimalistic. And now I'm going to move on to my laundry that I have to put away. I am a chronic procrastinator when it comes to putting laundry away. Those are all my compression socks that I have to pair up together, but we are going to do that, then we're going to sweep, then we're going to dust, and then I think my room should be clean. Here is the final product. Bed is made, clothes are put away, I organized that drawer, I swept my entire room, and now I'm feeling a lot better now that my space feels clean. hold firm standing.
And I've decided that it's something I need to accept because I'm so tired. I have a big day tomorrow, so I should probably go to bed.
So I was supposed to film a Books and Brews today because today was going to be a dedicated filming day, and I woke up and I am incredibly dizzy and fatigued, and that's just a part of my newfound extra chronic illness that I have. I have my electrolyte drink, which does help my chronic illness, which makes it very difficult to sit and stand up some days because my heart rate gets so fast. It's called POTS. I was recently diagnosed with it, but I've been feeling these symptoms for years upon years and just didn't understand why I specifically felt so fatigued and so just drained on certain days. And then once I finally got that diagnosis, it really put things into perspective and made me realize that my body just does not function at a level that other people's bodies function at, and there are certain days where it's really difficult to stand up and even just kind of concentrate, and that's what today is like. So I was feeling really guilty and I was like, I just wish I could film today, but I do think I don't have the brain power to speak about these books I want to discuss at a level that I think is appropriate for my channel, because I do like being in depth and I do like putting my best foot forward in all my videos. But I felt so guilty that I wasn't able to do that, even though I have the ability to do it tomorrow. So I thought, if I can't film a Books and Brews, I might as well film an update for this vlog that I'm filming. So I wanted to update you on what I finished reading and also a gift that my friend got for me. So I finished reading Truthfully Yours by Kaden Armstrong, which is my friend. It was such a cute read. I'm just so endlessly proud of all my friends who write books and publish them to share with the world. I think it's so brave to do because I personally write my own stories, but I don't think I have the bravery to ever put it out there for the public to consume and to review. And every time my friends release a new book into the world, I'm just so endlessly proud. So I'm really happy I was able to read my friend's romance and that she sent a copy over to me. And then another friend who is a part of my movie club over on my Discord, which is free to join, anyone can join. It's called the Cinnabon Club. They sent me over a package for Christmas. It includes 2 physical copies of 2 seasons of Mrs. Maisel, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. These are for your consideration DVDs. So these are what people submit to the Academy to hopefully win awards and stuff. And being able to own physical editions of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel means so much to me because I genuinely love this show so much. It's really shaped who I am as a person, and I'm just so grateful for this. And then Michelle also gifted me the Blu-ray edition of Paprika and the novel edition of Paprika. So every time I talk about Inception on this channel, people always ask me, have I seen Paprika? And I haven't. It says it is a magical tale centering around a revolutionary machine that allows scientists to enter and record a subject's dream, which is basically the premise for Inception. Every time I bring it up, people tell me I have to watch this, and I sent a video unboxing this to my friends and they were all like, we have to have a movie night. I wanted to see that so badly. All my friends are very excited for it. So I'm really happy I'm able to own the physical edition of it because then I can host my friends and we can watch it together. And I'm really excited to see the comparisons between this and Inception. And I also didn't know it was a book. So Michelle got me not only the movie, but the book to read as well. And it was just such a thoughtful package. So thank you so much to Kaden for gifting me their debut romance, and then Michelle for gifting me such amazing, thoughtful Christmas gifts. So I wanted to film this update to at least have something that I can say I filmed today, but I am incredibly dizzy and I'm going to finish my electrolyte drink and I'm going to sit downstairs and just kind of lie down. I'm also a little bit upset that I'm not able to film my Books and Brews today because I really like how my hair looks. I think it curled really nicely and hopefully tomorrow it looks just as nice, but I don't know, curly hair, sometimes you just have some really good days and then sometimes you have some off days, and today was a good day and I'm sad I'm not able to capture it in a Books and Brews, but at least we have it in this vlog. At least we have that. Oh my god! I tried the Pedro Pascal's very easy to draw challenge, and people were right.
I tried Oscar Isaac from Inside Llewyn Davis. He's not as easy to draw.